All right, it's that time. We're live. It is Tuesday night. We're starting at 1:20 a.m. The daytime stream ran a little bit late, so we are just starting a little bit later. Look at all this. Hey, what's up, guys? All right. We're going to grab these tags. Still trying to decide the best time of the day to work on Monster Hunter, because it is certainly time for Monster Hunter. That is coming out in a week. This is going to say... let's see, hot new Rocket Slab break. We've got the Magby from Team Rocket Returns. It's a rare card from that set. We also have new Rocket Booster and Gengar Fossil break live card shop. There's actually a lot of breaks going on. We've got the Ultra Premium collection coming to an end. I guess this channel really focuses on breaks. I like them a lot. All right, so let's see. We're going over here, and we're going to hit at here. We're going live for Tuesday night. Okay. Very good, and we're going to jump over here as well. We're going to let the people in the other Discord server know, and we're good. All right. So Amazon just refunded me for something, and I have no clue what it is. And now we have these orders. Oh, there are a couple pre-orders. Let's see. Okay. So let me jump over here. We're going to start with Mr. Blake Santoro. And he says, Gengar break 5 hours ago. Did we service that one? He's not taking a fourth spot in there, is he? I'm not sure if he is. Because I don't think I clicked on all his emails. Blake Santoro. If he was taking another spot in there, we could verify that. But I'm just going to assume it was taken care of. He can tell me if we didn't take care of it. And let's jump over here and refresh these emails over here. Let's go ahead and refresh the PSA emails. So, I'll place this up here. Aha! Just skip a couple daytime streams. That might be it. That might be the solution. Particularly, we used to not stream at the daytime at all. And we used to take Wednesdays off. So that might really do it. Can you read my Discord message? All right, so you've sent me a Discord message. All right, hold on, let me put this here. So you would like to be refunded on the $200 cash. That's fine. Yeah, we could do that. We are, but before we do that, I think we better wait to see the other transactions clear first. Okay, so hold on, let me look into that. Let's see. I'm clicking on this. Hey, Mr. Happy Almost Wednesday. How are you today? What's up, chat? Did you floss today? Yeah, did you guys floss? You better floss. Let's see. We're going to type in Mr. Brandon and get an update on those. Excuse me. No, those are still stuck. All right. Oops. All right, so we have an update on that. All right. Turn this down a little bit. Now, Squid Pokemon says 151 pack English. You got it. Let's see. Oh. That would be over here. Aha, there we are. You hear, Mr. Squid Pokemon? Just skip Monster Hunter. Nah, we're not doing that. Oh, that's prismatic. We're actually kind of low on this. We're low on the 151s. Okay, this is for Squid Pokemon. All right. How are you guys tonight? We're starting our Pokemon card stream. Paris, Dragonair. Look at that beautiful Dragonair, man. That's a great card. I was sorting through some of my cards while I was just hanging out with Karis today, looking at what I have to grade. Whew, man, I got a lot of junk cards to grade. Cards that are worth like maybe $30 when they come back. I got so many of those. Got like 1 million of them. They're so stacked up. But I think I'll send some out. Now is a good time to have lots of Pokemon cards. Squid Pokemon. Ugh. All right. Not sure why it's pending. It's almost certainly a security reason. They're probably just putting a limit on spending or something. Who knows? Freaking PayPal, dude. There we go. Thank you, Squid Pokemon. It's an old bag, dude. I know you're active, but I recommend getting that shipped before April. So you got 2 months left. All right. It's a nice fat bag, huh? So check out these hot breaks. The Mereep ended. Did we make a listing in our break channel for the Mereep? I wonder if we did. I didn't even check. Breaks history. Yes, Mereep did go off. Good, good, good. Okay. Hey, mister, do you have a Team Rocket Return Tyranitar? I did, and I actually sold it already. I don't remember who grabbed it, but somebody already bought it and put it into Slab away. Do I have another one? Sure, but I don't know if I want to sell that one because then I won't have any more. So, yeah, everyone wants my good cards right now, and I've got a limit on them. I can sell some of them, but I can't sell all my good cards. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these cards. We got a 45 on the Selectabuzz. Tonight, I want to work really hard on all the slabs and coins we have for sale. That is Black Label Hello Kitty. Very nice. Can I slab away the Trump card? The one that was going to go into the break? Is that what you'd like to do? Here's Venusaur. Where'd I put him? I think I put him over here to be graded. Let's see. Ah, here it is. You want to put that into slab away? I can do that for you. I tell you what, if you do that, I'll waive the slab away fee. You can just pay directly for the card. So that's what, $320, and that includes PSA grading as well. So if you do that, when this is done being paid off, I'll send it off to PSA for you if you're interested in that. All right. Yeah, I was getting ready to send that off myself because I was just going to sell it when it comes back. All right. All right. Do you think CGC will ever reach the competitive nature to challenge PSA? I think they're already kind of challenging PSA, sure. Yeah, but you know, it's a combat. It's PSA above everyone else, and then you got these little companies beneath it. I gotta say, I like BGS a lot as company number 2. And it's not because I thought that BGS had this huge advantage over CGC. It's because of this black label. CGC used to have that. It was called the perfect grade. So CGC would hand out something called perfect 10s. Then they got rid of their perfect 10s. I don't know why they did that. That was a big reason why I like to grade with CGC, and they got rid of it when they upgraded their labels to get rid of the 9.5 Gen Mints. I thought that was clever. Unfortunately, Beckett still does 9.5 Gen Mints. I don't like that about Beckett. However, Beckett still does Black Label, and CGC does not continue to do perfect 10s. So as it turns out, having a company that can hand out perfect 10s is more valuable than whether or not your 9.5 is presented as a 10, or a Gem Mint 10, or a Gem Mint 9.5. So this is the bigger draw. It's the Black Label. So, you know, for me, it goes PSA, then Beckett. Okay? PSA, and then Beckett. All right. So, what do we got next? What UPC break? Yeah, let's show off the UPC break. It's called 151 Ultra Premium Collection. It's a $40 break. And it's got 10 spots, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots left. So this is almost done. There's 4 spots left of this, and then somebody gets the whole UPC collection. Now, if you don't tell me to ship it sealed, I'm going to assume you want to open it. And if you do want to ship it sealed, you're going to have to pay me $20 for that, okay? So, for example, Blake wants to just ship it sealed, but if you do not tell me to do that, I will assume you want to open it. Do CGC 10 cards usually cross-grade to a PSA 10 easily? Well, the Pristines probably do, but the Gem Mint 10s might not. Maybe PSA will be... I think PSA has an interest in sort of, you know, dogging CGC, making it seem like their brand's not very good. But also, PSA standards have gotten really, really tough. I mean, just really tough. So PSA standards, it's very fascinating. It feels sometimes like the PSA 10 basically just is pristine. So there's just PSA 9 and PSA 10 pristine, you know, and so that's an interesting way of looking at it, which means you start to look at alternative companies to give you a weak 10. That could be CGC. You want to give your card a weak 10, send it to CGC. Maybe tag grading, I don't know. That's something to experiment with. So if you've got what appears to be a weak 10, do you send it to PSA where it will just turn into a PSA 9, or do you send it to CGC for the 9.5, or if you're very lucky, the Gem Mint 9.5? You know, I'm sorry, the Gem Mint 10. So that is something to consider when you're choosing which company, because your goal is to extract as much value. You don't care which company it is. You're just trying to extract as much value as possible. Similarly, when you're a shopper, now you have to look at the cards and wonder, what's a good 10 to me? and that's just something for you to think about. How reliable is sending in cards to get graded? I'm scared. You're going to lose them 100%. They're going to steal them from you. All right. Marco Arboleta the one true Magmar collector wishes for a spot in the Magby break. Yes. So you were asking for that. And you got this lucky moment where it is a Magmar baby and also a rocket card. So we have a rocket break on the table, and it's this Magby. Here we go. Good luck in there, Marco. We never host this, so this is the one time we host it. Don't go too crazy on it, though. Don't, because who knows if you pull it or not. Right? Put this in this bag. I hope you do. I'd like to see you pull it. Grab this. Let me grab this red marker. I just bought a CGC 10 slab, but I want to cross-grade it because I like the PSA slab better. Well, yeah, of course, you should like the PSA slab better, because if you've got a CGC 10, where's my... That's not the marker I want to use. Oh, it's on my... Here it is. If you've got a PSA 10 Gem Mint versus a CGC Gem Mint, well, the CGC Gem Mint is so much worse that it's worth almost half the value. CGC Gem Mint is worth almost half the value of a PSA 10 because people don't trust it. They don't trust it to have the same value. They know it's a weak 10. And then some people, they don't care. They go, it says 10 on it. And, like, I have some Gem Mint 10s myself, it just depends on what it is. So it's an experiment in understanding Why did I put that on Hello Kitty? I'm so dumb, dude. I put that on a Hello Kitty. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, fix that now. God, dude, I'm distracted. All right. Try that again. Hello Kitty gets a fresh sleeve. I love these giant stickers, by the way. I didn't like them at first, but I'm getting used to them. The fact that you can just fold them over like this. So you can just fold them over. But I also just bought a price gun, because I think what I'm going to start to do with some cards, I'm going to start to sell them as singles. Yeah, so I'm finally cracking and selling singles, but not Pokemon singles. No, not Pokemon. They're going to be singles of card sets that have been sitting around in my home for 6 years. Stuff like Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball, all this stuff that gets abandoned. And nobody ever, there's so much abandoned product over here. It's crazy. It just piles up like a mountain. And then I don't know what to do with it all, because it's like so different from each other. Like, I can't put all the abandoned product into like a PokeBruh style of, randomized pack, because maybe you don't want Weiss Schwartz. Maybe you wanted Dragon Ball. Maybe you didn't want Dragon Ball. Maybe you wanted Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe you didn't want Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe you wanted some sold top set. So I can't do that. I can do that with Pokemon. It works with Pokemon. I can't do that with those other card sets. So I might start selling those other card sets as singles finally. Do you expect BGS submission to come back in April? I don't have any expectations on it. That's the trick. The trick is to sit back, relax, and not think about it. I always put out submissions, and eventually they come back, and it's all good. Yep, I don't think about it at all. But realistically, it'll come back in like 2 months. That's a good turnaround time. Yeah, 2 months. Then again, BGS might be slammed the way PSA is slammed, so we don't know. All right. Save the Turtles missed a hella plastic. It's an expensive slab, so hopefully it cross grades. If it's pristine 10, you got a much better chance. If it's a Gem Mint 10, I wouldn't bet on it. They're gonna find something, dude. Because a Gem Mint 10 is basically a 10 with the flaw. Well, a 10 with the flaw, that's a 9. With PSA, that's a 9. So I wouldn't bet on it. If you bought it to cross grade, I'm sorry, you're about to learn they don't do that all the time. If it does cross grade, though, let us know, because that's good news. But, yeah, you got to be real careful in the way that you think about these. Okay, so we got that done. Elizabeth Rains, 2 spots in the sheep break and shipping. Then she says, saw the Marie break went off. Instead, please put me in the Rocket Pack break. Here's the additional 6. Please make sure the slabs are included in my shipping. All right, you got it. So, the Rocket break is now a $49 break. This is a fresh pack. It's no longer $46. It's $49. So it got $3 more expensive. But I tell you what I'm going to do, Elizabeth, because you're off by $3 for shipping. I'm just going to cover the rest of the shipping for you like a gift. You're a big customer, so we're going to do that for you. But we're still going to put you in here. Let's go ahead and do that. She's the first one in the new Rocket break. And yes, the price of the packs are rising. which is why the price on this third break is now $49. This, in fact, might be the last Japanese rocket break, and it's a heavy pack. So if you wanted a chance for holographic Dark Charizard, this is probably your last chance for a while, because I'm going to be swapping out of this rocket pack. Now, here's an Elizabeth bag. Here's an Elizabeth bag. Here's an Elizabeth bag. Where else we got Elizabeth bags? Okay, I think that's it. I think that's going to be it. Let's see. Let's grab these and combine them. Thanks for selling me a rocket pack a few months ago. Nice, dude. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah, Team Rocket, man. It's time finally. Prices are going to start climbing a little bit because Glory of Team Rocket's coming out. And it reminds everyone how cool the old vintage Rocket stuff was. Old vintage Rocket was always successful. When I offered old vintage Rocket as a break, it always sold fast. Never didn't sell fast. Okay, here we are. Good. Set that there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if you got any special cards in the Cool Kid box. Oh, you're not in any of these bags. Gotta remember, Isai, Anthony Kalura, Isai. Isai's got 2, and Alex. Can't wait to see the CGC Karuta return. Yeah, I just looked at that. It's still stuck. So they are taking forever on it. And, yeah, I bet they're swamped just like PSA is swamped. But not just that. They got their whole thing going on. They're probably having some layoffs because they're so pissed off over the playtest cards. I bet you they lost a couple leads who are probably held accountable for that. Who knows, actually? Who knows? All right. So then we just need a little box. Aha. Okay. Might go overseas for a job. That'd be an interesting adventure. So Miss Elizabeth. Like Hong Kong, Singapore, something like that. God, that sounds very cool, but would it be that easy? Can you just do that? Can you just pack your bags and they'll hire you? You have a great pilot's voice. I don't know what a pilot's voice is, but, you know, I try to speak real legibly so people understand my instructions or whatever while we're working on their stuff. We are. I kind of think of myself as like Bob from The Price is Right. It's Bob, right? The Price is Right. Do, 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 do. It is. Like a game show host. All right. Because that's what you're supposed to do. The slab I'm cross-grading is a Tyranitar EX Rocket returns reverse holo stamp. Might just keep at it is, and if the price is right, myself, I might sell it later on if the price rises. You're just not guaranteed for it to cross if you do try to cross it. There's nothing wrong with trying to cross it, but take a look at the slab, you know. Shine one of those purple lights on it, whatever those are called. Take a close look at it and be like, realistically, does this have a significant flaw in it, like an obvious white dot, an obvious bad edge, an obvious print line in it? And if it does, it's just not going to cross. So don't waste your time, because PSA will catch that and they'll say, "Nah, we're not doing that for you." They will hand out they'll hand out cards that grade poorly, but they're not going to do that for. They're not going to upgrade CGC 10s into PSA 10s. I think PSA is real tough on that, actually. They're going to be like, "Nah, keep it." All right, there we are. But PSA standard has gone up for sure. So the recently graded PSA cards, like this one, 99. Look at this. See that 99? Recently graded PSA cards go through a much stricter standard. So, and that's good, because when you buy it, you can think of it as more like a pristine almost. And then the older PSA cards, maybe not so much a pristine, but it's just how it is. Okay. So let's see. Like when the pilot buzzes the plane and gently assures them he is in absolute control of the show. Oh yeah. I haven't been on an airplane in a long time. I went flying a bunch when I was younger, but I haven't been on a plane like 20 years or something like that. It's been a long time. I'm getting old, man. I can't believe I'm turning 36 this year. All right, guys, that's it. I'm selling 100% of my Pokemon cards till I have 0 cards left. Then I'm going to move to a fancy mansion and just start all over again. But I'll be a guy with a fancy mansion. All right, but okay, Elizabeth is in the Rocket Break now. Thank you. And her shipping is going out. Make sure the slabs are included in my shipping. Okay, and Elizabeth would also like a spot in the Magby. So this is a very fancy Rocket Returns Magby. Notice how the reverse holo stamp is actually red instead of silver. And what that means is this is actually a rare card in the set. So if we go ahead and zoom in, zoom, there it is. There's the star. That is a holographic star. Look at that rocket symbol too. How cool is that? So that's Rocket Magby. An awful lot of cute Pokemon went into the Rocket Return set. Isn't that funny? Elizabeth Reigns. I got denied an airplane ticket because with all the crashes lately, Delta Airlines said no snakes on a plane pants. What? There we go. Okay, here's the Rocket baggie. Boop. Look at that. I put 2 stickers on it by accident. Rocket. Okay. Let me take this Playboy thing down. Somebody was saying they want to slab this away. Oops. And I said I would be open-minded to that. Let's go ahead and rotate these slabs. We're doing a lot of work on slabs lately. So here's a Manectric. Let's go ahead and check the recent price on this Manectric, because we got to get you guys some nice cards up here to consider for slab away. All right. Manectric. Holland. All right. Should be very rare. He's a pop 10 card. I sent for the slab away. How much do you think reverse foil Dark Sand Slash in a 10? Only pop 25. 5 bazillion. We're going to keep this at 300. I'll mark this for, oops. Oh, I didn't draw that 3 very well, did I? I'll just give it a new sleeve now. Make it look nice. All right. So he's going to actually stay at 300. Manectric. Okay. It's cool because it has Quick Blow as an attack. Oh my god. Okay. Going to have to drive to Disney World. All right. Who's driving to Disney World? Very important you draw your 3s really nicely, you know. People don't respect you if you can't draw your 3s real well. All right, so let's hit refresh. Refresh. Like the stream. Oh yeah, the stream goals are 85 likes and 145 viewers. Those are the stream goals. Mr. Alex wants a Cardos pack. Here you go, Mr. Alex. Ugh. There's no Pokies at Disney World. Yeah. Speaking of Disney, man, I'm ready to sell off my Disney Lorcana holdings. There we go. I'm not sure how I feel about Disney Lorcana over time. Here's the 3 little pigs. We're not afraid of the big bad wolf. Aha. And 2 girls high-fiving. There we go. All right. That's for Mr. Alex. Thank you. Ah. Brandon, how are you doing? Okay. Very good. You know, at $300, this would be a really decent card to be putting into the live customs as the sort of chase card, actually. Tell me if you want this, because we're putting this in the live custom now. I like it because it's vintage. All right, look at that. Oh. Life keeps us dragging and screaming, doesn't it? Nuh-uh, not me. There it is. So Manectric is accounted for. Always looking for big pulls to place in there, you know. Oh. There we go. Keep the identity of the cards a little more secret. Something we've been doing lately. You guys excited for Glory of Team Rocket? So after Heatwave, we get Glory of Team Rocket. How overpriced you think that's going to be? It's going to be so overpriced, dude. It's going to be so overpriced. It'll be ridiculous. But I'm excited to see the artworks. Hopefully they have a couple good artworks. You know, the way these sets always work, they always have a couple, maybe like nostalgic cards, and then they got a couple of like brand new Pokemon that nobody wants. So I'm sure it'll be a mix. But sounds exciting. I'm excited for the Glory of Team Rocket. I'm excited for Heatwave. Heatwave's going to have Misty in it. That's basically like Gym Heroes all over again. How cool is that? That is Gym Heroes. Okay. I'm excited for the fights. The fights. What are you talking about? Now, where does this go? What is this thing? Okay, we'll put this here. All right. Lovely. Oh, should mark this as the Ultimate Chase card. So this is something you want to pull because it hits that ceiling of $300. Nice. What else we got here? We've got Articuno for 200. That actually is already updated. There it is. Articuno 200. The Umbreon break. Oops. Chansey. Those have been updated already. Ah, look at this. $1,200 Electivire Level X and Flagondese. Nice. So this is a pretty decent rotate. Ah, there we go. Chansey Gem Mint, $475. Lovely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PayPal line again. Let's jump over here. Click. We got Elizabeth Rains. Additional $3 for the Rocket Break. Ah, you didn't have to do that. That's nice. Here's Jonathan Fernandez. Thank you, mister, for the Trump card. So, it's 41 and 8, which actually means the new price is $320. And Jonathan Fernandez. Good. Dark Pikachu would be pretty cool, or Rocket's Pikachu. That'd be interesting. I don't think they're going to do that for some reason. All right, we're going to Slab away. Jonathan with a J. Jonathan with an F. So you would be here. Oh, right here. We've got a canceled one for you. So this is going to say February 25. Jonathan Fernandez. Trump card. No start fee. And it's going to say 320 minus 40, which is 280. All right, I look forward to you finishing that one. We'll set this over here. Oh, no, we'll put it in the, there we go. All right, so that Trump card's accounted for. Cool. Rocket Garchomp would be cool. Trump did some weird sweeping. I choose what is unlawful ruling today. Yeah. I have no clue. What's in the news, guys? Tell me the news for today. Anything interesting? All right, here we are. We're back. So, all right, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. So Team Rocket Grunt would like to trade his bag for a spot in the Mega Suicune break. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a quick look at your bag. Let me take a quick look at it. You'd like to sell me your bag for $40. Right. Aha. I'm going to take a quick look at your bag. Couple of holos. Nothing interesting in the holos. Couple of these. Pinsir, Melis, Baritzi. We got a little Buzz Lightyear. Sudowoodo. Got a couple of these. Durant. Ugh. You got a Master Ball Glaceon. Let's take a quick look at the Master Ball Glaceon. Big white spot. Technically, I could put this guy in the PokeBruh, I guess, but he would have to sell for $40 in the PokeBruh. I'm not feeling the pull on this. Saw this One Piece, man. I guess I don't know how to feel about One Piece. You know, One Piece does sell for me. Like the other night, I think I sold some One Piece slabs, but I don't know if I graded this, would it sell? Same with this. This might sell. That's a girl. I don't know about that guy. And then I got a bunch of holos. And the Glaceon will not sell because he is, well, he will not grade, I mean. I don't know. I'm not fully on it. I'm not sure about this one. Team Rocket Grunt. Here we are. Talk me up. Be sweet on me. Here we go. Please read the last comment, the paragraph 1 flaw. I'm thinking of sending you a booster box of Brilliant Stars, a store credit toward my slab away. Brilliant Stars booster box. I'm very open-minded to that. You would get a lot of store credit for that. Very, very similar to just, you know, selling it on eBay. So a product like that, to trade that in for store credit, you would get a very good trade-in value on something like that. All right, Justice Rodriguez, by chance, do you still have a bag for Justice Rodriguez? I feel pretty confident that I don't. I feel pretty confident that one was lost a while ago. Let's see. That one was really, really old. But let's start looking for it just to be sure. Okay, we've got Juan Diaz. Ah, no, I'm mistaken. You've got a bag right here. My bad, dude. Why did I say that? Look, it says 524. It's not even that old. There are guys with bags much older than that one. Just don't let it reach 1 full year, okay, Mr. Justice Rodriguez? Can I get 2 151 English? Here they are. All right, 2 151 English, Justice Rodriguez. How much is the Cardos Magikarp? Cardos Magikarp. What Cardos Magikarp are you referring to? The Quest Sticker one? Or are you referring to Pocket Monsters? Or are you referring to the Game Boy ones? There's a Game Boy. Oh, very nice. Erica's invitation in your pack. You did well, Mr. Justice Rodriguez. See, now you got to ship. Don't let your bag get too old, okay? Because you got a nice card in there. The Quest Sticker. Oh, yeah. I like that one a lot myself. I don't know. I never actually picked a price out for it. I'm kind of curious if more of them dry up on the market or if more of them show up on the market. So I haven't fully decided on a price for those, but that's a hyper unique Magikarp. Very, very few people own it. Actually, I don't know how many people own it. It should be like some tiny number. Turn this down a little bit. I think it's best to refer to those as Quest Magikarp, Quest Pokemon. Right, like there's Pocket Monster Cardos, and then there's Game Boy Cardos. That's what I call them. I call the Game Boy Cardos. And now this is Quest Sticker. I think I already said that. All right. So where is this? Ah, there he is. Says here Pop 2. So I own 50% of it all. That's a truly strange and rare card. I don't really know what a card like this would be worth, but here are some thoughts. It's only Pop 2. And it's from 2018, so there can't be a lot of this left. Kind of reminds me of Pokemon Rumble. You know those Rumble cards? And yeah, so people who love Magikarp, this is one you are just not going to obtain unless you are ready to pass out some money, man, because do you know this? I happen to like Magikarp too, always have. I like, guess what? Gyarados. And where do you think Gyarados comes from? Magikarp. So I've always been a big Gyarados fan. You are? So by extension, I like Magikarp as well. I have an abundance of Pokemon that I sell my doubles and unwanted cards to my weed dealer. Ask credit to buy weed. Ask credit? You're giving your weed dealer ask credit, huh? You're giving it up? That sweet ass? I got a fat ass, bro. Here's Azumarill. Ooh, and the star card, which is all the way down to $130. That's pretty cheap. Just the classic look, but improved. Same buttons. Mister, did you see the Destined Rival pack art got revealed? I did. I saw that actually like yesterday night I saw it. Because it was revealed in another language. And it shows Giovanni. And actually, it's really interesting. The pack cart revealed Giovanni, so that's not a surprise. But, you know, again, that really makes me think not of the Team Rocket set, but of the Gym Challenge set. Giovanni's Gyarados, that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, it showed off, looked like it showed off some Rocket executives. I think it's like Johto region is what I read, and that's what it looked like to me. And then just some regular Rocket grunts. So it's a lot more like the, you know, the Gym Leaders set that we had. Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge. And even the name Destined Rivals sounds like Gym Challenge, doesn't it, to some kind of degree? So, you know, they got us very excited for Rocket, but I think they're giving us a Gym Challenge, gym kind of set. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because guess what? I love the Gym set. It's a great set. It's one of my favorite sets of all time. I've, you know, I got Sabrina's Gengar, for example. One of my favorite cards. I got Blaine's Moltres, one of my favorite cards. Okay. Let's see. We're going to have a slow Tuesday. Tuesdays are traditionally a very slow day of the week, and Monday was very slow. We have Mr. Miguel Vasquez, $10 more to my slab away. Here you go, Mr. Miguel. Oh, all right. Miguel Vasquez. This goes down to 360. Boop. Here's Elizabeth Reigns, 3 live customs. You're just dipping straight in, huh? All right, here goes Elizabeth Reigns. We got 1. We got 2. And 3. It's cold. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Those are 3 cold live customs. That's tough. That's a tough round. Okay. With Heatwave of Cynthia, Ethan, and Misty. Yeah, that'd be very cool, man. Cynthia's not bad. Very iconic. I don't know about Ethan. Where's Ethan from? I don't remember Ethan. Yeah, what game is Ethan from? But Misty, obviously, it's going to be a big win. Just like we got Lily in Battle Partners. It's not just Lily, but also Iona. So we're getting Lily, Iona, and Misty out of these 2 sets. So I think of Journey Together as kind of like Gym Heroes. And Destined Rivals is basically Gym Challenge. That's what they're doing. And it's very cool. Ethan's the boy trainer from Gold Silver. Was that his name? Did he go by Ethan? So strange. Okay, Elizabeth Reigns, 1989 Nintendo Game Pack. Ooh, I'm gonna have to take those down soon, because the rest of those need to be graded, actually. All right, let's go grab it. Yeah, I need to grade the rest of those. They're very cool to open, and they're very like mysterious. There's so few people who know what these are, but it's about time to send them off to grade. All right. I think I'll leave them up a little while longer. They're selling at 100, 115 without the cost of grading. That seems pretty good anyways. All right. I've also, if I bought a slab a while back, there's PSA 10, don't have their contact anymore. Upon moving the slab, got cracked on the side, not on the card. Do I get it reslabbed? Yeah, you'll have to pay for it to be reslabbed, and they'll evaluate it to make sure that the card inside didn't get damaged, which is like 99% of the time it didn't get damaged. But they'll reevaluate it to make sure it didn't get damaged, and then they'll reslab it for you. But unfortunately, you have to pass out some money to do that, so it's not free to do that. All right, what do we got going on here? So these are the very expensive Topps Series 2, which are just shockingly rare, and they are official Nintendo product, including Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. Ice cleared up a taco truck here in LA. It was so great to see them getting removed. Here we go, Double Dragon. Oh, look at that. They're going to fight, man. Ooh. Here's Super Mario 2. Yeah, it's really controversial, all that. Super Mario 2. Ta-da! Very nice. And Super Mario 2. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh. I love Double Dragon. Okay. And wow, this is a scene from Zelda, I assume. That's crazy. I've never seen this before. It looks like an evil prince with like a ghost behind his shadow, and he's whipping, presumably, maybe one of these girls, and she's like begging him not to or trying to stop him. Crazy. Wow. All right, very nice. Very good. I love Double Dragon. It was my 151 Zard. I was upset about it. Yeah, I'd be upset about that too. 151 Charizard, that's expensive. So you'll probably want to pay a little bit of money to get that repaired. And if the crack didn't affect the card, then you're all good. It'll just take time and money. So you won't get to enjoy the card for a while until they finish fixing it. There you go. That's for Miss Elizabeth. You got 2 Mario cards, a Double Dragon, and this very bizarre Zelda card. Wow. Now, the chase card for this set is the Mario artwork from the front of the box. That's what you're trying to pull. And my God, if you could pull that as a 10, I don't even know how much that would cost. I don't think it exists even. I doubt you there's even pop 1 of that card. There it is. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Does the back of the card tell the game? The back of the card will give you a tip. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Once you've ventured into the western side of Hyrule, you can find 2 bowls of hearts and 2 magic bowls that can power up your abilities faster and make it easier for you to deal with your adversaries. Ooh. Crazy, man. All this old vintage stuff. Crazy stuff. The grade number started with 8. That's how old it is. That's not too old. We are like, look at this guy. He starts with the 2. Pretty interesting. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Elizabeth keeps the stream a lot of fun because she likes to go deep. We have an order now from Click. Okay, we have a short line tonight, guys. I believe the next order is Elizabeth. All right. We have 3 live customs. She's going deeper. Oh, I'm scared for you. All right, here goes. 3 live customs. We got 1, 2. Oh, dear God. And 3. Oh, no. Elizabeth, you're in deep. All right, that's 3 live customs. To the 100 million plus now. It isn't it for PSA? Yes. The new number, they're in the 10s now. Excuse me. So sometimes you guys tell me to get some good cards up on the table, expensive cards, and so that you guys have something good for Slab away. And that's what I've done. Look, we got this Azumarill Delta Species. Very solid, very rare card, by the way, if you didn't know that. Give me a moment here. Take a picture of this. All right. Clipping that. Pop 41. So this Azumarill is so rare. There's only 41 of them. Extremely rare. Okay. Pop 41. This is Pop 33. This Gengar, which is serious business. Look, see that? This 33 includes the reds and the greens. So in reality, it's more like 15 reds and 15 greens, isn't it? You know, assuming that they graded at about 50% rate between each other. So this is about 15 of each. Really, really rare. And there he is. That is the Game Boy Cardos. I call it Game Boy Cardos because this artwork is from the video game. And there's no other Pokemon card like this that has artwork from the video game. So this is very special to me. Of course, I own 4 of them, so I'm able to sell one of them if I wish. And over here, by the way, this is a very good price because sometimes this card is sitting on the market at about $4,000. So 2.7 is a low price. Now, Electivire, he is rare. My hand brushed the wire. I got to stop that, man. Man, that landline that connects to my cell phone is so sensitive. All you got to do is barely touch it and it breaks. It's like fiber optic or some crazy stuff like that. But there it is, 22 on the Electivire. So right here, right now, we got Pop 41, pretty much Pop 16, and Pop 22. Those are some rare-ass cards, man. And now we've got this Flygon, $600, an EX from Power Keepers. Think about that. You know, that's an English Power Keepers 10. EX. It's hard enough to open up Power Keepers and get a EX to show up. And then you got to grade it. What are the actual odds of that? And this guy, you ready? So he's a little higher. He's actually Pop 74. But what's important about that figure is it's still sub 100. It's really low. So Pop 74 is nothing. This guy's super rare too. I don't know what his population would be in PSA, but it's going to be really low, just like the Gengar. So these are all really hyper rare cards. There's nothing common about these at all. There we go. He's just innate, nothing special there. You're kicking the wire. How come you decide to sell the Gengar? I'm always trying to get something good up on the table, and since I have 4 of them, I can sell 1. So that's it. I can sell 4 of them. I mean, I've got 4 of them, and I can sell 1 of them if I want to. And that's what it really comes down to. Here's Sandpan. Look at that. Let's put Sandpan into these Holo shuffles. Okay, Sandpan's going in. Right on the Frigabacks. Did you say someone else had a Buzz Lightyear card? No. There we go. 028. Sandpan. Sandpan is the Japanese name for the Pokemon translated into English. So very often we only see Japanese alphabet, or we see English words. Well, this is a Japanese word for Sandslash, but it's in English. It's in English alphabet. So in Japan, they call them Sandpan. How interesting. How fascinating. Ah, yes. Do you have any expensive CGC slabs in your collection? Yeah, I do actually. I have a couple CGC gem mints. If you've ever seen them, I got a legendary collection Charizard, and I got a Black Star Charizard. Because when those came out, when they initially upgraded them, there were tons of them to pick from, because people all upgraded at the same time, and then they pushed them all out to the market. And the market was very uncertain about those particular cards. They didn't know how to feel about them. As a result, many of them sold for a very low price, and I was sitting there with my wallet going, all right, let's pick 1 or 2 of these out, good ones. I think I got a great deal on the Legendary Collection, and it looks like a good 10. I think I got a great deal on the Gold Star Charizard. He looks like a good 10, too. All right, so now we've got Kevin Vu, who is jumping into this, the 151 UPC. Take a look at that, everybody. This is getting quite close. I'm getting nervous already. So this is 151 UPC. 1, 2, 3 spots remain. Very good. All right. Would you ever cross-grade them? The cards? Yeah, I'd be interested in cross-grading. Maybe I'll try to cross-grade them into something like Tag. I'd be curious what Tag does with them. You know, if they turn it into a Tag 10, would that be better than a Gem Mint 10 from CGC? Because I think there's a real stereotyping with the CGC 10s, as if they're all bad. That's not true. Some of them are quite good. So give me a second. But some of them are bad. That's the problem. Some of them are legitimately not that great. Let's see. Expensive CGC cards. Are you ready for this? They're pretty easy to find, too. Let's see. Where's the Gold Star Charizard? He actually might be nearby. Mister, I cannot like GMA grading. Cheap, but very straightforward. GMA? Nah, dude, I'm not going to touch GMA grading. It's funny that this says PSA at the bottom. It's just the sleeve. This is a very special Dark Charizard. I pulled this one myself. And he's got a pretty clear white dot on this corner up here. He failed to grade 10 at PSA. He graded 9 at PSA. So you know what I did after he graded 9 at PSA? I very wisely sent him off to CGC, and he turned into a 9.5. Now, after he turned into a 9.5, CGC did their upgrade. And so as a fluke of the upgrade, I got to upgrade this bad boy into a 10. So he is a CGC 10. He'll probably never cross into a 10 with any other company, but maybe I try anyways. And it shows you how working on, like, look, he's even a little off center left to right. See that? I don't know if you can see that, just a little bit. So it shows you cross-grading can sometimes be a big deal, but not always. Sometimes you're just spinning your wheel and spending your money. I'm going to write this. You pulled this. What I should do is I should get a timestamp for when I pulled it and put that timestamp like right here as a sticker so that you can scan it as a QR code and go watch me pulling this. It's really fun. And when I was a kid, I never pulled Dark Charizard Holo. I always wanted to, but I never did. And I opened up a lot of Rocket. I was just unlucky. So as a kid, I opened up lots and lots of Rocket. I was working for my father already, my Faja. We were doing projects, including we bricked our own home. And he was paying us like, I remember, it was like $3.50 an hour to work. Doesn't that look nice? he was paying us like $3.50 an hour to do that, and so I was just working my butt off. And excuse me. So anyways, I would take that money and I would run off to the card shop, which you weren't allowed to go to. It was against the rules to ride your bike to the card shop, but I would anyways. Here's a nice 10. But I would run off there and I'd spend every dollar on Pokemon cards, and I must have given that card shop so much money. Here's a nice pristine 10. Is this going to be the gold star? That's not the gold star. Where's my gold star? Here's some recent CGC acquisitions. So I acquired a perfect 10 here and a pristine Mudkip there. So you can see I do mess with CGC plenty of the time. I'm always watching. Did you see this? So when CGC did their upgrade, I ran off and I grabbed some of the more important CGC 9.5s, these two, and this guy as well, and I did the upgrades myself. And yeah, so it was a big deal. I think at the time I spent like $14,000, which, you know, that was on top of my usual spending. Let's see, where's my gold star? There should be a gold star Charizard somewhere, but I don't know where he is. I wouldn't just set him somewhere hard to find, would I? Where would I put him? I kind of want him to be with my other cool cards. I don't want him lost. Send those orders in, guys. Let's have a cool Tuesday night. Let's see. I'll move this over here. Gotta be around here somewhere. I got a couple more CGC cards coming forward. I'll show you them in a second. I don't have anything against any grading company. Here's a CGC. All that really matters to me is whether the card really is what the grade claims that it is. That's very important to me. All right. Actually, you know, the guy with the, look at this. The guy with the pristine Gold Star Torchic, he wanted to sell it to me. He approached me with that Gold Star Torchic. He wants, I think, $37,000 for it. But I looked at it, I'm like, man, I don't even know if that would cross into a PSA 10. Looks like it has a bad edge. How crazy would that be if you bought a PSA 9 for the price of a pristine 10? But I couldn't tell, and, you know, once I mentioned that to him, he just kind of backed off. He didn't want to talk about it anymore. Why would you want to talk about it? Because that could be very bad if, you know, people started to perceive it that way. Aha, here we are. Two more. There we go. All right. Now I've got a CGC 10 Torchic, but that's not a pristine, and I'm not looking for pristine kind of money. We are. All right. So this shows you some of my CGC holdings. We got a Dark Dragonite, Mew, Charizard, some pristine, some lovely pristine Prism Holos. This Charizard's really fascinating to me. I tried to cross this with PSA, and they cited that the edge was bad. But if you look on the back of it, the edge doesn't look bad at all. So I think what was going on is PSA just didn't want to. That's my theory. So let's zoom in. It, in fact, looks very good. And so the reason that's important is because if their only claim is that the back of the card is bad, if that is their claim, and to me it looks very clean, I'll go get my black light and shine it on it, and to me it looks very clean, well then that to me says maybe PSA is simply biased, doesn't want to hand out a 10 to a CGC card. And what we could try to do is cross it into a tag 10 or an SGC 10, or I don't think I'd get pristine from Beckett, so I don't think Beckett's a good strategy. But try to get a 10 through SGC or through tag grading, and then once that's completed, send it back to PSA. Because if this manages to flip into a PSA 10, I spent $8,000 on it. It would go from $8,000 to, I don't know, whatever, like $28,000. It would be a $20,000 gain. So I'm holding on to this bad boy. Look at the lovely centering on the front. I looked all over for print lines. There's no print lines. So they're saying there's a problem with the edges, and if they want to claim that it's borderline, that's fine, but this is a pretty good looking card because I've seen plenty of bad 10s. In fact, the irony, I think my Gold Star Charizard looks worse than this one. That's the irony. So let me see if I can find that. Oh, no, wait. He should be over here, actually. I brought my gold stars over here. So the irony is this guy actually looks cleaner than my PSA 10 copy of the same card. Here it is. Now, what did I pay for this guy? It was some whopping $22,000. Now, he looks pretty clean, too. But let's see. All right, let's see. Now, that's not on the slab, right? Okay, so let's zoom in here. Watch this. Watch this. Can't tell if that's on the slab. I don't think it is. So I think this card might have like these dots on it. Pretty clean. Let's zoom out. Now, it's a pretty nice card. I think you'd be able to sell this. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. There. Okay, so you can kind of see something here. I knew there was something wrong with this card. I couldn't remember what it is. So PSA ignores this, though. Let's see if I can tilt it just right. There it is. See this line emerges inside the Holo pattern? Sometimes PSA has rules like that line doesn't matter. But it's interesting because it almost seems like who you get grading for you, it doesn't matter. And, you know, if this was CGC 10 crossing into PSA 10, I bet they'd cite it and say, nah, you can't cross grade that. That's the same problem we have with this card right here, if you look. So see this line right here? It's not a print line. It's an issue with the Holo foil. The Holo foil, like, starts over right there. Well, they've got it right here. It's fainter, but it's still there. And so there you go. It's an interesting thing. And then I can't tell about those dots on the bottom. Are those on the card or are they on the slab? Oh, they're not on the slab. Oh, that's good. They're not on the card. That's good. So the card shifted around and revealed it's not on the card. Yeah, it's a pretty clean card. I don't want to talk too much poop on my own card. It's a lovely copy of a 10. We are. I think they're both really nice, and maybe you would argue that this one's weaker, but I think that this one's pretty much, I think to me this could easily be a 10. I think it could be. What's fascinating, the person who sold it to me swore it didn't come from a CGC 9.5 and that it actually came from a Beckett 9.5. And to me, again, that's very interesting. So I'm going to try for the PSA 10 with this card over time. I'm going to try, if I can't get a PSA 10, I'm going to try for like a tag 10 or an SGC 10. Look how clean they both look. The centering is immaculate on these two cards. Isn't that cool? All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and place this over here. And I've shown you some beautiful CGC cards. Why don't we get back to the line? Look at this. Isn't that cool? Got it pristine on that. Yep. So I definitely pay attention to CGC 10s. I don't rule out any grading company. That's a bad way to... If you say, oh, I only buy Beckett, or I only buy PSA, or I only buy CGC, if you ever do something like that, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on some good deals. So you got to be open-minded to any grading company any of the time. But this guy was legitimately one of the things people fear about CGC 10s. Again, he's got this white dot up here, which you could just call that a weak 10. But he graded 9 with PSA and then 9.5 with CGC, and then I got the upgrade, and now he's a 10. So I don't think he would transfer into a tag 10 or SGC 10, although I should try, shouldn't I? I should try anyways. That's the whole idea, is that you should try. Ooh, you know, I need like an empty box for this. Oh, this will work. All right, put these away now. Sorry about that detour there, guys. Let's get back to it. Only pop 99 on the Gold Stars art. It's up to 99, huh? It was like 95 in the past, so it's getting close to 100. Oh, look at this. Why should I even sell this? Doesn't even... I don't know if it matters to sell it. Could just hold it. All right. If it's a card you believe in, why would you sell it? And again, it's just to have something cool up on the table, and then I got to roll that money over and do something else cool. Elizabeth Rains, one more Mario pack. You got it, Miss Elizabeth. One more Mario pack. It's a big Mario. Boop-doop-doop-doop-boop. I store that way over here. Maybe I should store this closer by. Let's store this right here. Okay, so we're going to get you another pack. Here you are. I bought my CGC Tyranitar for $8.50. I think I got a decent deal. You never know. You never know. I think when it comes to the CGC 10s, sometimes they are overpriced and sometimes they're underpriced. And that's because there's a lot of fear associated with those cards. Because people don't know whether to, whether to agree with whether they're 10s or not. So it is tricky. But I think that Legendary Zard I got for 6.5, either 6.5 or 6. Gosh, I can still remember the day I acquired it. It was an auction. Ah! Will you be my hero? That's really good. Look at that. All right, I like that one. Cool, man. That's definitely going to be one of the better cards in the set here. Okay. Elizabeth keeping us alive and well. Yeah, thank you for the entertainment, Elizabeth. Okay. CGC's reputation is without question. That card is a black label as far as I'm concerned. I think he's messing with us. Here's Double Dragon. Okay, here it is. CGC has a bulletproof reputation. Sucks when you get Double Dragon because it's way better to get like Zelda or... Oh, you got Double Dragon in here. So you got a very good Mario card, and then you got a normal Mario card, and then you got 2 Double Dragons. Those are some pricey Double Dragons, to be honest. They are. Printed by Topps in 1989, the year I was born. I'm like a dinosaur now. Got all these young people who were born in the year 2000, and even they're considered old now. So you're 25 years old if you're born in the year 2000. You're moving along in life. You're going like, why can't I afford a home? Ooh, yeah, that is cool as hell, man. Wow. Okay, let's get this into your bag. Wait. Where? Oh, here it is. We can't be skipping out on this. This empty pack is, I would hold on to that. I would hold on to that. All right. Now I'm regretting my purchase. We live and we learn. Yeah, so if you purchase, so you mentioned a price of $8.50, and my brain immediately thought, geez, that's about the price of a PSA 10. And because I've studied those prices on those cards, but it depends on what the market had moved to at the time. He might have only been $100 or $200 cheaper than the PSA price, but typically the CGC 10 gem mint prices are a bit cheaper than that. So you have to look at the... Yeah, well, but if you study the card, if you look at the quality of it on the front and the back, maybe you'll say, all right, maybe that's a strong CGC Gem Mint 10 and justify the price that way. But you're much safer if you just go and spend the extra money to get the PSA 10 because pretty much that card can have a big white dot on the back corner and no one will question it. They'll be like, oh, it's a PSA 10, all the value's there. Here's Elizabeth Raines, 3 more live customs. All right, Miss Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth, I am required to check this first, though. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, you are so lucky no one else bought any. You ready? So we got 1. Well, nobody yet. 2. Oh, no, I'm getting really scared here, Elizabeth. Oh, I'm scared for you, Elizabeth. That's not good. All right. Those are 3 cold live customs. Hey, mister, are you hiring for any part-time remote work? You could try editing videos for me if you'd like. You can try editing videos. Would you like to do that? All right, let's see. Let's keep going. We have an order from Phil Vasquez. 2 live custom snipes. Phil Vasquez. Okay, Mr. Phil. 1. Oh, my dear God. That's exactly how it works, Elizabeth. Phil Vasquez with the snipe. There we go. Ah, that doesn't feel right, man. SV69. What the heck was it? Oh my God, it's this $200 Umbreon. Look at that, beautiful Umbreon. I already edit sometimes for work. This is Phil Vasquez. Oops, kind of wrote your name as one name. I feel like that will confuse Alexis. Throwing this over here. What a snipe. Filthy Phil. All right, give me a second here. Do you know when OP10-1 booster boxes will be available? When does that come out? Phil Vasquez. That's no good. Let's see. I'm going to give you a free card, Miss Elizabeth, because that was such a tough round, okay? I think I did that for you once before. But we're going to give you this one right here, okay? It's just a bonus pull for going real deep on those live customs. This is Cinema Roll. And by the way, if you cross this with PSA, I bet you it turns into a 10. I bet you it turns into PSA 10, this one right here. All right. So this is a bonus pull for you, Miss Elizabeth. Very good. Oops. Very good. Wow, so outside, guys, it is right now like -1 degrees for us. It is freezing. It's so cold. I'm wearing a sweater. And Karis had to put on a heating blanket because she could not heat up even under a blanket. Her body does not generate enough heat to win. So she cracked out the heated blanket, the electric heated blanket, in order to stay warm enough because our house is real big. And it just gets cold in this house, man. And if you weren't there for the daytime stream, we had this really crazy moment where we found 2 birds in our house. Yeah, 2 house wrens. They were inside the house. We don't know how they got in. We don't leave any doors open or anything like that. So maybe it was possible they flew in when I stepped outside for like 2 seconds, but I didn't leave the door open. So I just walked in and closed the door behind me. So how could they have gotten in? 2 of them. We think they found a hole somewhere, maybe high up in the house, some way to get in. We don't know. But yeah, we found 2, not 1, but 2 birds inside of our house flying around trying to get back out. I had to catch one. I used a big laundry basket hamper to catch it. It was very funny, actually. So we had to catch them to set them free. Let's take a quick look at this Absol price. So that was my day. I think I only got like 5 hours of sleep again. I'm having a disaster of a sleep schedule. You know, the problem is when it's time for me to go to bed, I don't feel sleepy. And so that is the problem. My body just wants to be awake. And yeah, so my body's not doing the sleep cycle very well. We're just going to update this to say 325. But we have had a monster snowstorm. It was snowing at the beginning of the day. It is snowing right now. It snowed the entire day. Like it never stopped. And we're just snowed in. It's crazy. I might try to shovel the driveway a little bit tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but after this stream. And then I might put all the mail into my car and try to drive it up to the post office. You know, if they clear the roads well enough and the snow stops, I might try that. Because if I don't do that, you guys aren't going to see that mail for a while. Yeah, it's cold outside, man. Again, it's like negative. It's like -1 outside right now. It's extremely cold. Andrew Mercer, Korean electric breaker. 1 whole box of Korean electric breaker. Here you are. All right. Mr. Andrew Mercer. Snipping that. Use your shovel when it stops. Please stay warm. Yeah, it's cold. This big house, I think the cold air kind of seeps in. Actually, we think part of the problem was, there was a cat door to the garage for the cat litter boxes. We brought the cat litter into the warmer areas and closed the cat door to get some of the cold gust out. It's freezing, man. But it just snowed all day. There was no mail at all. The truth is, I should have a ton of mail right now. I should have the Chinese sets coming in. I have 3 different cases of Chinese sets. We should have that tonight, and we should be going, crazy on it right now. But I don't have it because it's snowed in. I can't get any mail. And it's funny, I shoveled my front porch, and then it just got completely covered again, like a foot of snow. And it's just still snowing, and hopefully it ends soon. You're selling those Nintendo packs? Yes, you want the Nintendo. You can also request that they stay sealed. Actually, how much do those sell for these days? Because I haven't checked in a while. But at the time that I priced it, it was a profitable price. Let me just take a quick look. Topps Nintendo, because I'm running low on them. Nintendo. Topps Nintendo 1989. Let's see what happens. Booster. Actually, I think it would be called a wax pack. Okay. I wouldn't mind grading those because they're so incredibly rare. There is one of those packs for sale in a PSA holder for $550. But let me check and see the sold price on these and see if any sold. None has sold at that price, but you know what's crazy is I can't find any at all. Let's see. Let's get rid of 1989. I might sell one or two more of them, and then I might stop selling them because they are exceptionally rare. Yeah, so you guys will be able to buy one or two more of them, and then I'll have to decide what to do. Okay, you ready? Because you got a guy, he's selling one pack of it in a PSA holder. He's asking $500 for a graded one. That's a lot. Sometimes they're hard to find online, though. Like, sometimes the keywords are tricky. Niantic might be selling Pokemon Go. Did you hear? That's not necessarily a bad thing if they sell it off to a company that sort of takes care of it more than they do. So for Niantic, they might be willing to move on to a new game, or maybe they don't want to dedicate the staff toward it or something like that. Maybe they're bored. And so giving it to a new team could be a good thing for players. Not always, though. Or sometimes it's a bad thing. Like, think of Halo. Halo sold, and it got way worse. All right. I'm glad the CEO sucks. There you go. Andrew. They should sell it to Pokemon. I think Pokemon is an owner, isn't it? Okay, here's Hadagon. Oh. We got a foot the other morning. You just shovel and start over because it already covered where you started. Yes. I got to get my packages. I got to receive them. And no packages is bad business for me. It is. But, you know, I don't get hurricanes, so missing a day or two of mail is just part of life. Not like I'm missing the launch of the glory of Team Rocket, so that's not a problem. Ooh, melodic. How much are those packs? They're probably on the extended menu, and I think they were like 120. Hold on. Would they? No, they wouldn't be on the extended menu. Wouldn't they be on the main menu? Under tops? They're cheap and affordable, $115. So the 1989 Nintendo Game Pack Volume 1, $6.50 per pack. Very cheap. But the Volume 2, the hyper rare ones, $115 a pack. And I think it's almost time for me to stop selling those. I don't have a lot left because what I need to do, take the rest of them and just send them off to grade and, you know, be able to grade them and show them off that way. It's a special thing, you know, to be able to display those. Here it is. What a lot of people don't know is I actually own 2 boxes of that Mario set. I own 2 boxes of it, full of boosters. And so I've got a very, man, I got an impressive card collection, man, over time. What do you think about Marvel Rivals dropping the American devs to rehire Chinese ones in China? I never played. Ooh, look at that Magneton, man. Such a beautiful card. I never played that game. Marvel's Rival. So you're not selling? No, you can buy one. You can buy one. I think what's going to happen is after I sell a couple more, I'll take them down. But they're still for sale right now. We are? Haha, look at that Durant. Okay. Here is a Larvesta. Oh, very nice. Here's... You did it! You got Tatsugiri. Andrew Mercer, Tatsugiri. Crazy how you can open a whole box of this for just $40. Super affordable. Korean electric breaker. Very fun. I never bought the Korean version of Terra Festival because it's too expensive. That just doesn't make sense. It's not a special low price. No, there's no benefit to it, really. There we are. But if a guy from Korea reaches out and he's got a good price on it one day, I'll definitely buy some Korean Terra Festival. But right now, you just don't get the price you want. Sounds like there wasn't many American devs, so them going full Chinese seems fine if the bulk was already there. There are. Here's Slay King Slay. All right. Here is some Gastrodons. And some cold ones. Okay, here is Carpophagus, a code one, and another Gastrodon. All right, there you have it. No double hit in this box. Andrew Mercer, thank you very much. I'm surprised this card's still here, the Gengar. That's a pretty good card. But I bet you somebody's eyeballing it at 2.7. All right, Andrew Mercer with an AN. Anthony Kaluga. Let's see, maybe you're over here, Britt. Andy Dirksen. That's an old bag. You must be in here then. Oh, he said new bag. I'm so silly. The actual message said new bag. I'm a goof. How much is 151 UPC opening spot? $40 a spot. You got a 1 in 10 odds. $40 a spot to take the whole thing for yourself. If you miss, you get nothing but a simple Pokemon card. Like a common. That's all you'll get if you miss. So there's one chase card in this particular break. This break is called the 151 UPC break. There's going to be 10 booster packs, $40 a booster pack. 9 of the booster packs will have a common card in them. And 1 booster pack will have a chase card valued at the value of a 151 UPC, which you will then trade me for the UPC. That's how it works. Andrew Mercer. Oh. Okay. You're in the AN box. Thank you, Andrew Mercer. Lovely. Now we have an order from a friend, Eric Rodriguez, live custom. Now, Eric, you only sent $10 for this live custom, so that means you owe $10. Also, you cannot get out of this live custom. You are? Because that would be your next temptation. Eric Rodriguez, you are short $10. It's not fun having to adjust it, but that is what will have to happen. Let's see. It sucks. Who knows? Maybe something will pop out. Let's see if something pops out. Let's see. Yeah, you don't have store credit. I was wondering if maybe you had store credit that you were using. Eric Rodriguez. There we are. Okay. Is he here, Mr. Eric? That's one cold live custom. Okay, let's write this down real fast to make sure we don't forget. There it is. All right, make sure you adjust that, and let's go on to the next order. Yes, live customs are $20. Javier Arroyo. What's up, mister? A 151 spot. What do you know? Everybody wants in when it's about to go off. They go, wait a second. I want in there. Javier Arroyo. What's up, man? Welcome back. Am I missing something? The chat just kind of slow right now. There's a slow chat. What's up, guys? Do you have 151 English Caterpie and a PSA 10? I'm afraid I don't. All right, let's see what's going on here. So these are some lovely cards right here. All good slab away options. Here is a lovely Kabutops 10. Ah. Here's a movie checklist. Here's a Leafeon for 84. It's not bad. Here is Dusclops. And here is Ekans. Very nice. Now, what's up, Mr. 151 spot? 1 Azure Lane Volume 2. Okay, you'd like an Azure Lane Volume 2, Mr. Javier. Hello. Everyone's sleeping. You're not allowed to sleep. You gotta stay up with me all night long. All night long. All night. Here we are. Throw that away. What do we got here? Konnichiwa. All right, we got a Konnichiwa girl and a girl with the light. What is going on here? Grab this. Haha. Okay, lovely. Well, we have a nice 140 viewers. So that's pretty normal. Let's grab this bag. Aha. It's Tuesday night, a typically slow stream. Tuesdays don't tend to be very busy, but you never know. Sometimes Tuesday's a wild card. How many spots are left in the 151? Just 2 spots left. We have Squid Pokemon. He says, get me shipped. You got it, Mr. Squid Pokemon. Thank you. It's a smart move because the bag's getting kind of old. You don't want to risk it getting too old. Sent for a pack of Nintendo. Nice. All right, you ready? Looks like Squid Pokemon is telling me he had a price change. Let's go in and change his shipping address. So the first step will be getting rid of the old address. All right, we're going to choose to delete that. All right, the old address for you is deleted. Let's go look up the new address. Have to work today, and I'm in more pain today than yesterday. That's life, man. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're grabbing this. Let's grab your email. By the way, if you want to place your first time order, give it a try tonight. Place your first time order tonight. Join one of our interesting breaks if you'd like. All you have to do is take a look at the description of the live stream. That's all you got to do to get started. You'll see PayPal in there, ZELLE, CASHAPP, VENMO, lots of ways to pay. You don't have to sign up for an account with me or anything. There's no website. We just run the whole thing from the description. You can see what's for sale there. You can also buy the slabs you see directly on the table. We had a new guy in the lunchtime stream, and I think that's cool, and I'd like to see more new guys. Okay, Squid Pokemon, got your label. Good. That's taken care of. Now we have, to check over here, we have Nathaniel Pound. What's up, Nathaniel? Spot in the 151 break. Oh, this is probably going off tonight. Ah. I want to point something else out, too. This Roaring Skies break is moving. We were showing off some of the hits in the Roaring Skies during the daytime stream, and after we showed it off, 2 more guys joined. It's a pricey booster pack, but it's pretty old now, you have to admit. You know, we're in a new year. Time is passing. It's just getting more expensive. 10 years old now. A lot of Rayquazas in this set, and they all go for a lot of money. Even the cheapest ones go for a lot of money. So, you know, we showed off. Remember we pulled a Latios full art last time? That same card had just sold for $2,000 as a 10. So the possibility in here is good. We also showed off a reverse holo PSA 10. Not even a hit, just a plain reverse holo. And that card had sold for it was like $250 or something like that. So your pack could have non-holos worth grading, a reverse holo worth grading. And if you're real lucky, you get one of those ancient trait cards or a EX, or if you're really, really lucky, a full art. So lots of stuff. Mega Break Sublist, Fossil Sublist, the Fossil Break. Look at that Fossil Break moving quiet along. Getting real close on this. Just 1 spot left. I don't know if anyone's bought it, actually. That spot might be open. Okay. Here's Miss Jen, pack of blue Nintendo. Please make sure I paid the correct amount. You sure did. All right, Miss Jen. Let's go grab it. The daytime stream was pretty busy, in fact. We sold a lot of cards in the daytime stream. I was even thinking as we were selling them, I was like, I wonder if this means we'll have a slower nighttime stream, because we had some regulars come in and they were blowing all their money in the daytime. Look at that. Very nice. What do we got? Ah. Ooh, you got one of those desirable Metroid cards. Okay. You got to keep this pack here. Ooh, you got a nice Mario card. Very good. Super Mario Brothers. Doopy doopy doopy. Wish they were in better condition, but there's just how it is. Look, there's a little thing up there. It's just how it is. Double Dragon. That's how they were printed like 45 years ago or whatever it's been. 35 years ago. Here's Double Dragon again. Oh, man, that Metroid card is cool looking. Okay, just working for Pokemon like usual. And here it is. Wow. Crazy, man. These cards are so bizarre. All right. Super, super rare. Nintendo Series 2. All right. Maybe I should mark that for Mike's side. Hold on, let's go to the clips. Because we got 2. Mm-hmm. 126. Oops, 26. There goes. What you did Roaring Skies break? $10, $40 a piece. 2 winners walk away with 5 packs each. Would fill it up fast. Yeah, you're basically saying turn it into even more breaks or something like that. Is that what you're saying? Or like a whole box. Yeah, I don't know, dude. All right, so that's Miss Jen. Let's put this in your bag, Jen. We have a lot of breaks like that already. And we don't really need that for this particular item because you can break it down into 36 units. So I feel like since it's not really necessary, we might as well just enjoy selling packs as they are to people who actually want to open a whole pack, you know. That's a good shorts. I don't know. Could be. You never know. It's all about keywords, really. You know, like, so initially it might not get many views, but over time, as people research that item, I'm going to be the only one with live footage of that item being open. And then they go, wow, oh, okay. Wow, I've never seen that before. So, you know, how many packs of that Nintendo pack have ever been recorded being open? If the number's low, maybe it's worth the effort to get that recorded and up on the internet. That's what we do, you know. That's what we specialize in. So these are lovely. I'm just going to let these rotate another round because a lot of people haven't seen that these are for sale. Take a look at this. Sandstorm Reverse Holo Ekans. He's a lot more rare than you think he is. $250 is very cheap. You know, a pack of this is like $600, I think. All right. So he's really, in my opinion, really undervalued. And you have to understand how rare he is to realize anyone who wants a complete Sandstorm set is going to have to beg you for this card because there's only 3 of them. It's, you know, if you own it, you own 1/3 of all of them. So it's just a hyper rare card. Here is Dusclops from Crystal Guardians. Similar story. There's a reverse holo stamp from the set, and he's pop 16. I mean, it's the same deal. Anyone who wants that full set, they're going to need that Dusclops. Here's Leafeon. It's a lovely checklist. We actually sold one of these earlier. I happen to have another one. The gang's all here. Ash, Misty, and Brock. What's cool about this with the Topps cards, nothing like this exists in the regular TCG. You know, when you go play the card game, there's no card with Ash, Misty, and Brock on it. Only in the Topps do you get that kind of stuff. So this checklist happens to be very popular. Of course, if it was holographic, it'd probably be like $1,000 or something like that. But since it's just the non-holo, it's a lovely $85, and it's still very pretty and easy to display. Lovely Kabutops from CGC. We were talking about the CGC Gem Mint 10s. I was showing you how I actually do have some Gem Mint 10s. Take a look at that. Very pretty. And doesn't look too bad at all. Let's see. Oops. I have to work today. All right. Oh, that's a scuff mark on the back. That's too bad. Not on the card, on the actual slab. I was hoping to brush that away. I thought it was like a piece of hair. Silly. All right. People got to be nicer to their slabs, man. They got to be nicer to their slabs. All right. So there is no orders in the queue at this point. The queue is empty. Empty queue. Let's rotate through the slabs and just talk with each other. Let's talk about what you guys want to talk about. Here's a PSA 9 Bellsprout for $20. Here's a PSA 6 Blastoise for $30. Slackoth. He was priced back in January. Let's take another look at this guy. Can we still submit cards to grade at GameStop? Yeah, go for it, man. We are? All right, let's see about this Deoxys guy. Deoxys Slackoff. Now, I'm pretty sure we're not going to find any other pristine 10s for sale. So we're going to look for a PSA 10. And there is a PSA 10. He's $420. $420. That says Pop 2, which is probably why I said Pop 3 down here, because I'm adding the PSA Pop and this unique CGC 10, pristine 10. So a total of 3 of them in the world. I didn't really let that sink in how rare that is. It's truly rare. Mine's, of course, going to cost a little more. I think I could ask more than $450. I think I could ask $460 because, I mean, that doesn't even cover the taxes for the PSA one on eBay anyways. So, you know, as a pristine 10, you know, it might be worth a little more as a pristine 10. Some people argue it is worth more. Here's Wigglytuff. Ah, yes, Wigglytuff. I've always got a Wigglytuff. Crystal Guardians Wigglytuff. And Porygon 9. Oh, very nice. Porygon 9. That's pretty cheap for a Porygon 9. I got the last spot, says James. All right, James is finishing it out. That's it. We have a break going on, everybody. It's completed. Completed. There it is, UPC break. Here it is. Mr. James. You guys should tell me what break you want next. We could break a different UPC set. All right. Aha. So, let's just get 10 packs and get it started. These are pretty straightforward. There we go. Actually, we could double shuffle these. You know, with these lists, I don't always double shuffle, but it wouldn't actually be that hard to double shuffle if we just wrote numbers down like this. Watch. We could double shuffle this. I like the double shuffle. I feel like it adds a level of confidence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Hey, that works. Thoughts on the tax stimulus? Did I hear that people were maybe going to get $8,000 or something like that? Stimmies! Stimulus checks at the same time Team Rocket's coming out. Could you guys imagine? All right, so here it goes. Oops. Here it goes. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's good. That would be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Must have done 2 at a time. All right, give me a number. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Set that there. All right, and now these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10, and the names are going to get shuffled. I like this. The double shuffle is a good thing. I think it gives confidence to the people who are watching and they're in the breaks. All right. I liked it when we used Google RNG, but I got rid of that because it's too similar to like dice basically. So my rules is the breaks have to come out of custom booster packs to be just like Pokemon cards, you know? I think that's a very important thing. It's got to be just like a Pokemon card. All right. And these, as for these, this is just a list. That's all. You could do a list like this when doing a fossil box break, for example, right? Oops. Oops. There it goes. All right. So you can use polywash polish to take scratches off slabs. It's for plastic. Okay, James Trimble, he chose 2. Wow. 1, 2. There it is. James Trimble, you're on it, man. You got both numbers picked. You ready? Good luck. Number 7, cold. Number 8, that's Javier, cold. Number 10, that's James, cold. Number 6, that's Blake, cold. Number 3, that's Elijah, cold. Number 9, that's Nathaniel, cold. Number 1, who's number 1? David Smith, that's cold. Number 5, Andrew A. Martin. I'm pretty sure that's 5. Cold. Oh, wow, we're making it to the end again. This happened earlier today. Here's number 2, Daniel Del Barrio, maybe? Oh, it's cold for you, Daniel. Who's left? Number 4, it's Blake. Oh, he's going to be so happy. Mr. Blake pulls it on 4. I think he's the only guy who bought 2 spots. So that's very fitting. Congratulations, Mr. Blake. Wow. Andrew says, I cry. I cry so hard and got so far. Wow. Blake's having a good time, man. That guy has gotten lucky more than once now. What did he did well on a different break. What was it? Wasn't it just something that went off recently? I can't even remember. So Blake has had some fantastic luck recently. He's probably very pleased with the outcome. Here, let's keep these consistent. Let's grab some of these. Did everyone buy one? 10 people bought one, yes. All right, so those are custom booster packs with at least 1 card in it that you are purchasing for a price of $40 with an understanding that there's a chase card. This is the chase card. You are trading that card back to me for a 151 UPC box. We can start a new break on anything that you guys want. What would you guys like? So, Blake Santoro, he's probably going to want to ship that. He doesn't want to rip it. He wants to ship it. And, yeah, he's going to be real happy with that outcome. Let me go ahead and get a link in the Breaks channel. You know, when you go deep like that, he was risking $80. So if he missed, it would have been $80. Oh, Tammy's on top of it. How nice. So I know he's going to want me to ship that. He's going to have to pay me $20 to ship that out. It's not going out tomorrow. I can tell you that. We are snowed in. So there's just no chance that that goes out at all. Maybe on Friday. I don't know. I think it warms up. 1/10 on breaks ratio for me. I got a pizza in the oven. I got hosed in the rocket pack. No! That sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, that's kind of how it works a little bit. These Slabs UPC breaks won't be clipped. Only pack break, booster break would probably have clips. We might start doing shorts on some of the breaks, some of the more interesting breaks, like, for example, the English Mew. It's something I'm thinking about because I think it's a great advertisement. It's just not exciting the same way as, you have to admit, one of the problems with the breaks, they aren't exciting in the way opening a natural booster pack is. Yeah, they're a bit more dry, aren't they? They're dry cut. And, yeah, somebody's expected to pull it, for example, right? Like, let's say you were actually opening up Paldean Fates. No one's expecting to necessarily pull that Mew, and then eventually he gets pulled. But with this, you know, within X number of spots, something's definitely getting pulled. So there's this level of excitement that's not there as a result of that because you know what to expect. That's why they don't make very good clips, because I think we've tried them before. They don't get watched. All right. My pizza was $2. That is some probably very nasty pizza then. We have one really big order from Grant J. Kwan. He says, I'll take the Delta Species Azumarill. And there you have it. Azumarill is gone. Beautiful, man. It's a great card. Look at that, guys. That's Delta Species Azumarill. Lovely. All right, that's all my sales for today. I'm just kidding. We can start a new Ultra Premium Collection break if you guys wish. I don't know what you would prefer this time, but let me take a look at what's in the menu. We've got the Shining Legends Ultra Premium Collection, the Charizard UPC, which is pretty cool, and then English 151 Ultra Premium Collection. So we've got 3 different Ultra Premium Collections for sale. I should expand that. I should try to get even more Ultra Premium Collections up there. Ultra Premium Collections are interesting to me because not only do they come with a lot of booster packs, but they typically come with 1 or 2 cards that you can grade. So that's why they're cool. Clearly, you made cheese. By the way, how much did I pay for that Azumarill? I'm curious. I don't think I actually made any money on that one. Azumarill. No, that is not true. He was purchased a while back for $217. wow. You know, these cards, they go up in price. The demand rises over time. And one day they could be like $500. Okay, what do we got? So that Azumarill is sold. Family are poor right now. Is Totino's. Remember when they used to be a circle? Oh, we had Totino's when we were a kid. They come in that orange box, right? And they had that guy in the front. The Italian guy, fake Italian guy. Let's get a price on this real fast. So these are the Cardos Pocket Monster. I call them Pocket Monster Pokemon cards. Ken Sugimori, the original Pokemon artist, drew all the artworks here. They typically feature the Pokemon fighting each other, right? Like poor Psyduck's getting his ass beat. And we call them Pocket Monster Cardos because it says right down here, Pocket Monsters. This is also Cardos back here. Where'd that Gengar go? Here it is. But notice it says Monsters Collection on it. And I don't like to call this one Monsters Collection. I just refer to it as the Game Boy set because it shows an image from the Game Boy game. Very special. So this helps you understand the distinction. But yeah, so the back of the card's very similar to the back of this one. See, they're similar. They're both made by Bandai Namco, by the way. But this one is so old. They printed this before even the base set came out. So that's crazy old. This one, not quite as old, 1997. So base set's already released by now. And they came out of vending machines. Run a Stellar Crown UPC. There's a Stellar Crown UPC? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Okay, give me a minute here. Make sure the price is up to date on this. PSA 9. Wigglytuff. Oops. Cardos. It's really Wigglytuff and Psyduck because they're both prominently featured in the image. And the cheapest one is $69. So this price is already correct. It just needs to be updated to say 3.25. To be honest, if we've updated it this many times, let's go ahead and just get it a new sleeve. $2,400 cash for the Gengar. Well, it's going to be cash either way, whether it sells in Slab away or not. But yeah, we're looking for 2.7 thousand. It's really a beautiful card. I think you're not going to have any regrets buying it for 2.7, and I'll tell you why. The majority of the time I've ever seen this card for sale, it's always been 4,000. So you've already got this great opportunity going on where it's 2.7. I pay the taxes. That's not bad. So you got to think about it because, you know, if you want it, I promise you someone else in our pretty decent sized community is thinking about putting this into Slab away for just $20. That's all it costs. $20 6-month fee to pay this down. A lot of people can afford that. So you have to wonder if you want this. But as for losing out on $300 additional dollars on it, I don't think I'm going to do that with it's Gengar. You know, ask me to do that with Bellsprout. But it's Gengar, dude. I don't even have to sell it at all. I'm just selling it to give you guys something cool to have. And I can just go put it, it's like, it's just one more card for me. I love Gengar. He's one of my favorite Pokemon and always has been. So I can't just hoard all the cards. That's what I understand as a card shop. I can't just hoard them. I got to have stuff for you guys because that's what makes you come here and go, ooh, what's he got today? You know? So we're going to lower the price on this Wigglytuff. But yeah, you're going to save a little bit of money already. It's at a great valuation of 2.7 for now. And, you know, if you live in a place with 7% taxes, let me show you how much you're saving, having me pay the taxes instead of you. All right. There's no denying this because it's just a fact that you're going to save. Let's say it's 7% tax. You're saving $189 already, having me pay the taxes on my side. So that's not too bad. Again, there's so many Gengars out there that cost way more than 2.7. Most Gengars now, from the old time, most Gengars are a $4,000 card. You know, if I were to look up like, there's Fossil Gengar, that's like 8 to 10,000. Okay, that's Fossil Gengar. See, I know my stuff. This is why I know this is such a good price. There's Gym Gengar. Well, Gym Gengar, last time I checked, that was like a $5,000 card. And then you get another shot at Gengar later in the Neo set. I don't know what Dark Gengar goes for. I think he's kind of ugly, to be honest, so I never buy. I hate that card. I never buy it. But I bet you he's probably like 4,000. Could you imagine Neo Gengar not going for like 4,000? And then you've got, after that, you've got the, what comes after Neo? Probably the Legendary Collection. That Gengar is like 45,000, I think. Am I missing any Gengars? I'm trying to think. You don't get a lot of opportunities to buy Gengar. That's the truth. He's not in a lot of sets. So, and then look at this fantastic. So it's just the Gengar artwork, you know. Actually, that's the exact artwork that they're using in the Gym Heroes version of the card. It's just zoomed in, so you get the whole card. He's filling the whole card. But there's nothing like this on the market. This beautiful Game Boy effect back here. See that? So the Game Boy image, there isn't one other Pokemon card on the entire market that has this beautiful image right here. And for people who played, you know, Red and Blue, which I did, this is something special for us. Yeah, so this will be gone, dude. You probably have like a week tops, because people will get their next paycheck and somebody will grab this no matter what. And even if they didn't, I'll just keep it because I like it. It's a nice card. And everything I just said is true. If you go look up the price of all the standard old game, and this is older than base set, like how does it make sense? And it's holographic. Most of the card is holographic. So how many more 10s of this do you think are coming on the market? And there's only 33 of them between both the reds and the greens. So, you know, he's lower pop than almost all the other Gengars. He's cheaper than almost all the other Gengars. He's older than almost all the other Gengars. And he's only 2.7. And I tell you why I think that is. Nobody knows about him. That's it. People don't know about him. Some people do. I know about it. You guys know about it. We're a small group. That's it. Anyways, I hope that sells it a little bit to you, because it's a great card, and I'd like to see someone have a great card like that, and I'll take that money and try to do something cool and new with it for you guys and try to get another cool card up here. Here's Carlton Wicks, $40 toward the Shaman. 2 Holo Shuffles. You got it. All right. Grabbing this. Sabrina's Fossil Tag Team, Topps Trio, Ghastly Hunter, Tag Team Gengar. That's basically a modern card though. It's out of print, but it's, you know, that one's very recent. Here we are. Not like this, 1996. Whew, that's old. It's like 30 years old. Ooh, wow, perfectly called ones. All right, I'd rather have VMAX Umbreon. Well, for a prolific Gengar collector, if you are one, it's a must-have. Oh, I know a Gengar I'm not thinking about. The other Cardos Gengar, Pocket Monster Gengar. He's really cool, too, but he's not holographic. He's a non-holo. So, you know, he's never going to have the same price as a holo, because this is so much harder to grade. All right, Shaman. So let's see, Mr. Carlton. Mr. Carlton. Let's see. Here we are. You could put it in the slab away if you wanted and then just pay it down over time. But, you know, if you've got the cash to just buy it outright, you should take it and have me ship it to you, you know. You can start showing it off on social media. And then the sooner you start showing it off on your social media, the faster you can grow your social media. Because that's what Pokemon cards do. They give you attention. They give you ad revenue, too. I get ad revenue. All right, so there we go. We have no orders in the queue. We have an empty queue now, and I'll go ahead and start rotating these. Let's try to put together a round of cards we can take off the table. He's going to stay on the table for the moment. This guy needs a repricing. That Gengar is cool, very tempting. It's very easy to sell that card. I can glaze them up all day, but the reason for that is simple, because it's a fact that that's a very good card. Not all cards, I can't glaze all cards. I can say something nice about some cards, but that is legitimately a very good one. And he appears to be underpriced. Here we are. Okay. All right. Here we are. Lovely. He appears to be underpriced. So that is a good one. Because when you compare him to other holographic Gengars, they're all selling for like $4,000 or $5,000, and that one's half of that. How does that work out? All right. Plus, you can say you got a card from Mr. Cardconomist. That's cool too, isn't it? No. Would you ever sell one-of-one Japanese Pikachu if you had it? I don't know. Depends on how good of a Pikachu we're talking about. If it's not a very good Pikachu, maybe I would just sell it just to get rid of it. Ooh. There's a little Weiss Schwartz Hello Kitty. Meow. All right, so this is great. We're going to go ahead and take a picture of this and take it down. I should make a Gengar test card. Yeah, selling Gengar test cards. I've got one of them. No, wait, I've got 112 of them. Where did those come from? Don't think about it. Just spend money. All right, we're zooming in. Picture on that. This Star Wars card's in the middle, which I'll never sell. He's only $50, which I think he might be worth more than that. But this is from the Phantom Menace Top Sapphire collection, and he's out of 50. And he managed to grab a 10. That's hard to do. So, but I don't know. We're Pokemon card collectors, so it's harder to move anything that isn't Pokemon. Plus, it helps that Pokemon's going crazy. Pokemon's going crazy. People want Pokemon. Whoever did the printing sure fooled everybody. Yeah. Let's see. It goes for $5 million. The one-of-one Pikachu goes for $5 million. Yeah, that's some good money if you can sell it. Oh, you're talking about the Illustrator? So that's Pop 1, the Logan Paul version of the Illustrator. That's the only PSA 10. I think I'd heard that. We are. But it's a week 10, isn't it? It's got a big white dot on the back. Here's the clearance break, 2 spots away if you guys want a quick break to end. Right on D's, PSA 9, $80. This is nice. This is a Pocket Monster Ninetales for you Ninetales collectors, only 24 of them. If you're a Ninetales collector, that is one to add to your collection and brag about. Ah, this is nice. Pop 11 Flareon from Pokemon Platinum. Ah, look at that. So it's another, Trainers so-and-so, Trainers Flareon, whatever his name. Was his name Will? I can't remember his name. His name wasn't Will. Something else. He had the Infernape. Okay, there's the Red Magneton 10. Here's a Portgas the Ace. Ah, look at this. So we've got the Fairy Energy card. Let's go see if a Fairy Energy card's for sale. That price will not budge because I think that's really, really rare, that card is. This is Evolutions Fairy Energy. The price will budge if somebody else is selling one cheaper, which that I will then go match. All right, and nobody is. Extremely hard to grade. I noted I had, I actually had a lot of Evolutions cards ready to grade from the past, and I'm talking like hundreds of cards. And after I'd gone through them all, there was really only like 10 of them that seemed like they could grade 10, and this was one of them. So you're looking at an extremely hard to grade card. Does that come off? Huh, so dust can actually get like stuck. That's so weird. Scrubbing it. Okay, look at that. Look at the perfect centering here. That centering is amazing. And then check the back of it. Nice clean corners. And then the most important and most difficult aspect, no print lines. That is so hard to find on an Evolutions card. No print lines. So that is a genuine Fairy Energy 10 from the XY Evolutions collection. We don't have Fairy Energy now. Fairy Energy was canceled. They don't have it anymore. It's not in the game anymore. So that is a very cool card, but it is an energy card. So for those advanced collectors who don't mind energy cards in their collection, we are. Trust me, if that was a fairy Pokemon and it graded like that, it'd probably be like $500. It's very pretty. Yeah, it's very pink. Maybe you like pink. It wasn't so much of the printing, it was the fact that a creator of the card game verified they were real. Yeah, that's no good. Do you think he was in on it? I feel like he was in on it. I don't know. How do you prove something like that? A coin break, Weeping Bell. It's a $20 break, not very expensive. Your odds are 1 in 10. Got that very hard to achieve pristine 10 grade. Here's Fortress. Here's Ghastly 7. No rarity. Very important to note that. Here's the Master Ball break, and it has not been moving. People don't seem to care for this Master Ball break. And here is Blaziken. All right, Blaziken. All right. I keep on rotating this. New Mickey Mouse card, cheap and affordable, $250 because it's graded PSA 3. 1935, that's pre-World War II. That is before World War II. That's an awful blow to me, Mickey. Crazy, huh? You're looking at history. This is a historical card. It's not some goofy-ass card that was printed yesterday by a printing machine that can print 5 bazillion cards. You're looking at a little piece of Disney history, and it's pretty remarkable. We just have it on our table. It just sits around with these other pieces of cardboard, so it doesn't stand out that way. But this really belongs in like a museum, in my opinion. Here it is. That's 90 years old. We are. Togepi. One day, I think that those Mickey cards, if you get one rich Disney collector, he could swallow up the whole market on those and then flip it around and demand like $1,000 per card, because they're, in my opinion, they are special. The fundamentals of how they are special is there. Here is Bulbasaur, and here is Koro Kuririn for $75, pristine 10. I had somebody snooping around. They wanted my Junkosa collection. Did you know that? I got contacted on Instagram by a collector. They wanted my Disney Junkosa collection. All right. Oh, man, my back hurts, man. You ever get back pain? I get back pain all the time. Let's get some new cards up here. You guys ready for some new cards? We got this Machamp 7 for $30. I should just gift this to Sven Jansen. Here's the Moose for $40. Clefairy 9. So that is Game Boy Clefairy. Tentacool. Latias. Some cheap ones here. That's almost too cheap. Shouldn't it be more like 25? What does the Disney collection look like? Oh, it's super cool. Ooh, look at that Typhlosion. Black Label Typhlosion. Here's Persian, and here is Growlithe. I think I'm just supposed to hold these, right? These cool Black Label cards. I've been thinking about taking some of my poker cards and sending them off to BGS to try and cross into Black Label 10s. I'd like to talk to somebody at BGS and tell them, listen, I know you guys do your pristines. I know you do your 9.5s. I just want Black Label. So if any of these can do Black Label, let me know. We are. And pay a big price and get a Black Label. Yep. Looks good, right? That is a Black Label Typhlosion. What do you think that is? Like 300 maybe? They're releasing a lot of Final Fantasy previews for Magic, and some pre-orders already went up. Really? Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy? That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. We sell Final Fantasy packs. They're on the menu. We've got the Final Fantasy Hidden Trials collection, and that has the signature armpit girl in it. Here they are right here. Nobody's pulled the signature on this channel. We still want it. There it is, armpit girl. So people open huge numbers of these trying to pull the signature lightning out of here. And yeah, so I imagine, you know, if the Magic the Gathering versions of the cards look decent, that could sell well. It's a great brand. That was the whole reason I got into it on our card channel. All right, what we got going on here? We have Justice Rodriguez, 1 English OP5 and PRB1 of One Piece, please. Both English. Let's get it. OP5 English. This. How much of this do I have left? I don't think I have a lot of this left. And then a PRB1. Here we are. Are we doing a Shining Legends break? You want it? Man, that one would be that one would be pricey. So the rules for that break is you would not keep the boxes. The boxes are not part of the deal unless you ship it. Looks like it would be an 18 spot break. Hold on, let me do this. 18. Oops, no. Yep, it would be an 18 spot break in this case. Could you handle that? That is some crazy risk. Let's do it this way. Shining Legends. UPC. And it's the same deal as $40. I'd like to see this one open, man. I don't know. That's huge. That's huge. 18 spots. That is like a rare candy break. It's possible, but that's very special. It comes with all kinds of really crazy exclusive promos, like the Shining Lugia promo and the Shining Celebi promo. And there's a special Pikachu in that set and a Rainbow Ho-Oh promo. So there's a special Pikachu promo and a special Ho-Oh promo. There's 4 promos. Comes with a little figurine if you want that. I could probably ship that along with your other stuff. Just got to store it somehow. And then what is it, like 15 packs of Shining Legends or some crazy amount? Those are really expensive. But it's all about those promos, man, because that Lugia promo, if he grades 10 by some chance, he's like a $700 card by himself, isn't he? He's really expensive. All right. I don't know if that's a good break. That's a really big break. We've done larger breaks than 18 spots. It's just that it begins to compete with the other breaks. Because how can people have enough money for that? That could last a while. But the 151 UPC is completed. Completed! And Mr. Blake is walking away with that with a big smile on his face. You know, I've seen Blake lose a lot of money on those breaks too, but I think it all kind of evens out in the end. You hope to have more luck than not. Here it is. But if you get into something like that, you got to admit that it's not a way to make money, that is for entertainment, and that you should never spend more than you're willing to lose. So those are important rules for the breaks, and we congratulate the look at that, Kaido. We congratulate the person who gets the hit. We don't ever feel bad about it. We say, you know, good job, good for you. All right. You know what else is huge? No, tell me. The national debt, that's pretty big. I say we just keep spending money. Yay! All right. We have an order from our friend Ivan Rodriguez. He says he'll take the $19 Tentacool slab. I feel like that was too cheap. All yours. Okay. That's in. Thank you, Mr. Ivan Rodriguez. And now there are no orders in the queue. So let's take a quick look at some of these slabs, huh? We got this Latios for 19. It can't go lower than 19. It's a lovely card. It's a promo, if you didn't know. Take a quick look at this. That's Cosmic Hollow pattern. So that is a promo that failed to 10. If it was a 10, it'd probably be like $100. But as a 9, it's $19. You can probably just buy it and crack the card even. Here's Growlithe 9. He's a really cool card. It looks like he's using like Ember or something like that. So, are you saying this is sold? This one right here? I can set this to the side if you want. Let's see. Sometimes with those 9s, I don't try to make any money on them. What I do is I say, why don't you go make money on it? Because I get a lot of those over time and they kind of like pile up. So I say, I'll price it in a way so that my audience make a little money on it. Okay, this guy is actually cheaper over time. He's going to be $58 now. Wow, $58 for a 9 of this? That's crazy, man. Okay. Good. So we are making some slab sales tonight. I bet you this is like $400 as a 10. Isn't that crazy how that works? $58 as a 9. Hey, you get into PSA 9 collecting, man, because that is way more affordable than PSA 10 collecting. There you go. That's something I never understand. People complain about how unaffordable the cards are. Well, yeah, that's because you won't accept that you have to collect a 9. Or an 8 even. Like an 8's going to be even cheaper than that. So it's like you can collect the cards, you just can't afford the 10s. And you're in denial about it. You're like, I should get to collect the 10s. It's like, dude, just doesn't work that way. And there's plenty of affordable 9s. You just don't want one. All right, it looks like the Persian's coming way down. Last priced in November. It's now a $65 card. There you go. How many years did you work at the Coca-Cola factory? And why did you decide to leave? I worked there for just 2 years. I guess it's a long time. I didn't work at the factory. I was a merchandiser. I had the option to work at the factory. They asked me, what do you want to do? You can either be a merchandiser or you can work at the factory. And I said, I'll be a merchandiser. And a person at the factory, what they do is they assemble pallets, and they use forklifts all day to assemble the pallets. They also use something called a mule. And what a merchandiser does, they drive between Targets, Walmarts, and major grocery chains, and they restock the shelves. So those stores don't restock their own shelves when it comes to soda. They have soda guys who restock it, and that's what I was doing. And it was a good job. I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was an adventure. When I first started, I was a cover guy. So when you took your 2 days off or you went on vacation, they sent me to cover your route. And that's kind of like where you begin. And I really, 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 really enjoyed that part of the job because I got to go all over Missouri. I went to places I never would have gone before. I learned so much about the layout of Missouri and the feeling of Missouri. You know, if you go to sort of like the bad side of town in St. Louis, there's a feeling. You go in the grocery store, they play rap music on the overhead. It's just really different. Everything's got metal bars covering it, you know. The account manager tells me, yeah, one time I was in here and there was a shooting in the store. You know, you get a story like that. Then you go out into the middle of nowhere in the countryside. Everybody's just laid back. It's all family friendly. Howdy doody, neighbor. Yeah, everyone's in a good mood, you know. And then you go into so that's some of the nicest places are the countrysides. So those stores are they feel a little older and maybe a little more run down, but everyone's really nice. You go over to a busy suburbia area. That's not bad either, actually. The suburbia, lots of cheerful people, lots of families. Then you go into the rich people areas. Those places are crazy. All the managers talk to you like they're going to cut your little head off if you don't do it perfect. Their standards are so much higher, and everyone just feels stressed out. And then all these sexy, like, trophy wives walking around. So there's very different feelings all over the place. And it taught me a lot about how even within an hour drive, you can get very different neighbors depending on where you're driving your car. You got the inner city, north side St. Louis, east side St. Louis. You've got the suburbias of O'Fallon. We have a really beautiful place to live. Happy families out there. You got the countryside, a little older, a little more run down, totally laid back. They don't care if you do a good job or a bad job. They're just relaxing out there. And then you got the rich people places where it's like, you will do this perfect or I will instantly report you. And the managers are dressed better. They're taller. They're better looking. And they're sharp and they're smart. You can tell they're smart. And they're angry. They're always angry. So just different feelings for every area. You learn a lot about, you know, maybe that's how people's personalities sort themselves into different areas of the world or into the country as well. So even within your state, you will be sorted out into one of those places depending on what fits your personality type. Maybe you're a suburbia type. Maybe you're a countryside type. Maybe you're a city type. Maybe you're a rich person type. And it'll match your personality most likely. Let's see. He's Santa Boy. You better do this perfectly. Yo, yeah. Yeah, they were wound up. That's how I described them. They were wound up. They were wound up and watching you like a hawk. Like they wanted to know that you spun all the logos around perfectly. That when you walked away, that it was all swept even, which some places, they just got crap laying everywhere. They don't care about anything. But not in the fancy parts of the city where they service like the doctors, the politicians, the CEOs, the lawyers. Those guys live in the good part of town, and you will do a perfect job or they will instantly report you and say, get us a good merchandiser or we'll kill this guy. We'll throw him in the river. So here it is, 139. That just seems high. 139 for that. Jesus. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do 139. That just seems too high. I feel like this is 65. Let's do 69 for the Clefairy. Dodge a bullet with the last Miku secret lair. The bonus card is Beyond Poo Poo. All right. There were some really cool grocery stores in the rich part of town. Grocery stores that have been there for like over 100 years. And they got back rooms that are like wine cellars. And they got back rooms with industrial elevators. And it was really bizarre. I found some of the most interesting stores were in the wealthiest parts of St. Louis. And seeing the clientele all dressed in suits and ties and driving their Mercedes-Benz and their Audis and whatever, their BMWs. But also just the fact that all the women looked so good. You could tell they all had fake tits, and it was just like, you know, moms with blonde hair and blue eyes, and you just saw very little variation. And it was bizarre. They wear their little tennis outfits. That was a real thing. I was like, this is weird, man. Nobody has a wife that works a job when you're in the wealthiest part of town. They don't work. Why would they? Their husband's wealthy beyond belief. So why would they work? And there is a wealthiest part of town everywhere. Somewhere, every state has a wealthiest street on it, and that street needs its soda serviced. And they would send me there because I did a very good job. Ivan Rodriguez, the ladies. Here you go. All right. It was very, very bizarre. Also, what people drank was different depending on where you went. And I've told this story before. If you've hung out with me the last 6 years, if you went out to the countryside, it was Mountain Dew, it was Mr. Pibb. That was what was weird. Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper, and root beer. Those would just sell out. Okay? So if you went out to the countryside, you knew you were going to need Dr. Pepper. That was actually not our stuff, but we had Mr. Pibb. That's what we had Pibb Extra, I think it was called at the time. And you're just going to sell out of root beer, too. They just drank a lot of root beer. It didn't make any sense to me. So the shelf layout would be different to hold more Pibb and to hold more root beer and to hold more like Yellow Mellow. I don't know if they still sell that stuff. And, Mountain Dew is very popular. Mountain Dew is popular in a lot of places, like the suburbia liked Mountain Dew, too. But this is what was really fascinating. When you got out to the richest part of town, the most popular sodas would no longer be the regular Coca-Cola brand, the caramel color Coca-Cola standard. What sold the very best in the wealthiest area, get this, was Sprite. The Sprite shelf allocation was much larger. So rich people drink Sprite. The other item they drink a lot of, ginger ale. So a ton of Sprite, a ton of ginger ale, not as much of the Coca-Cola, and not a lot of anything else. So they like the clear sodas. And then here's another interesting one. You went to the inner city, and it was the fruit-flavored sodas. So it was like grape soda. It was orange soda. We had like flavors of soda in the city that we didn't sell anywhere else. We'd have like fruit punch Minute Maid soda, grape Minute Maid soda, and orange Minute Maid soda, and Fanta. And I was like, we barely sell any of this anywhere else. I mean, we don't even have allocations for that in some areas. Like if you go out to the suburbia, there's no grape soda in the suburbia area at all. So, it was really interesting. People drank different drinks depending on where you were at. All right. Let's see. No orders in the queue right now. Another slow day. It's Tuesday. We're having a slow day on Tuesday. Here's Chopper, the Battle of Alabasta, $40, PSA 9. I think the $40 is probably just about right for this guy. I don't think his price is going to change too much. We'll make him a little bit cheaper. Do you know you're poor when drank Shasta and bought bagged cereal without the boxes? What? I don't know what you're saying. But yeah, there would be ginger ale all over the place in the wealthiest areas. They just love ginger ale. And I guess they use that with alcohol. But, they don't strike you as alcoholics. So it's weird. I went to these specialty meat shops, and it was so bizarre, man. There were these specialty... I can still remember the name of it. Strauss. It was called Strauss. And you went in, and everything cost like $100. You go in, and they got like a slice of cheese, like $40 for a slice of cheese. And they had this little aisle for Coca-Cola, and you went in their back room, and the back room was tiny. And the people who worked there seemed rich, too. The people who were working the grocery store seemed rich. And they had all these specialty cuts of meat. You'd never seen it before. And the steaks were just like $100 for a steak. It was just like... It was like this grocery store for rich people only in the richest part of town, and you can't afford to shop there. So only rich people rubbing elbows with each other, no poor people. No poor people can afford these steaks. So you don't have to worry about running into any of the poors in this particular Strauss grocery store. It was just shocking. I was like, God dang, dude, they had all these weird food items in the grocery store too. They were like specialty nutrition food items. You'd never see them. You don't see that at Walmart. Walmart was one of the biggest customers for Coca-Cola. They don't sell any of that stuff. Just the rich part of town sells that stuff. The rich people. So it was very weird. I thought rich people were more joyful and happier. No, but what they are is angrier. They have higher standards, and they follow the rules, I think, and they work very hard, and they do not seem happy. They constantly seemed very busy, except for their trophy wives. You would just run into these trophy wives. All the women were hot, dude. I don't know how to describe it. Like, there were just no ugly women allowed in the wealthiest areas. You had to be hot, and 50% of them were dressed in tennis outfits. Because then you think about it, you're like, you don't even go to work, do you? You just go to play tennis, and you stay in your mansion home. So, yeah, it was bizarre, man. It was a really weird feeling. I'll take the lattice if nobody's going to send for it. Thought someone dead, please put aside. The lattice? The lattice? Oh, the latios, that's sold. Wait, I'm poor. They follow the rules. I think, LMAO. Well, I guess there's white collar crime, but, these aren't people who are going to like steal anything. Why? They don't need to. When you're rich, the need to steal is gone. That doesn't mean no one steals, but the reduction in theft is ridiculous. It's like when you go to maybe a Target located right next to a homeless encampment in California, where everything's going to be locked up. Whereas the opposite, when everyone's, a millionaire and all the houses are mega mansions and everyone's driving like a Bentley or something like that, it's like nothing needs to be locked up, and it's like $100 package of nuts, and it's just weird, man. It was really weird. All right, well, we are 2 hours in, and there are no orders. I think that means it is time to end the stream, guys. I'm afraid that's the way it needs to work, because I'm going to go work on some new stuff now. So it's been kind of a slow stream, and we're just in between sets probably. I wish I had had more stuff in the mail, but I did not get more stuff in the mail today. We are snowed in. So I think we're going to wrap up here, because there's nothing for me to do other than just talking to the camera. And Plum Wild says, boo. I know you say boo, but we have to have something to open to keep the stream up, okay? So I'm popping off, and I will be back on for the Wednesday stream. I'll see you guys there for the Wednesday stream. See you later, everybody.